everybody. We all see the moon. We have never thought about the significance of moon and what happens if it suddenly and unexpectedly disappears one day. But moon is more important than we think. It is beautiful to see the moon shining in the bright sky. Whether it's a full moon or half moon, its beauty is unique. But when we think of the condition of the earth without moon, we realize how important the moon is. Once upon a time where there was no moon. Scientists say that at the time of the formation of the solar system, about 4.6 billion years ago, there was another planet the size of Mars in the Earth's orbit named Theia. It collided with the Earth due to the force of gravitational pull, and a large part of the Earth fell apart. These fragments then formed into the Moon, which coexisted with the Earth. International Moon Day is on July 20 every year, commemorating astronaut Neil Armstrong's landing on the Moon. The Moon is composed of iron-rich core, a mantle, and a crust contains minerals like magnesium, oxygen, silicon, etc. The shape of the moon is seen to be like spear, but the actual shape is an oblate spheroid. We can see 8 phases of the moon in its one rotation, but we are actually seeing one phase of the moon in whole time. It is the 5th largest satellite in the solar system. But have you ever wondered what will happen to the Earth if moon suddenly disappears? Although we have seen many events in the movies that destroy all the life on the Earth, perhaps the situation on Earth other than the moon will be even worse. Before talking about such a situation, let's see how the moon is important to the Earth. The ideal conditions of the Earth have been created due to the presence of moon. The first life originated in the sea. So all life begins at sea. It took a long time for plants and other organisms to evolve in the land. But we will think about the relevance of moon here. But moon plays an important role over here, especially its gravitational pull is very specific. It is the greatest power and influence of the moon has on the earth. This gravitational pull will lift and lower all the seas on the earth. This causes the oceans to move and form waves, which in turn can help some creatures in the sea to cling the rocks and reach the land. Creatures that reached the shore billions of years ago had only 2 options, either extinction or adaptation of the head to climate-adapted land. So, without the moon, the sea creatures would not have landed. Maybe humans live at sea. Man would have wings and tail like fish. In that case, we do our best to protect the seas. Although the sun controls the earth's climate, but moon plays an important role over it. But what will happen if the moon, which is so important, suddenly disappears? The gravitational force of the moon attracts the oceans, and also the sun's gravitation affected to it. So the earth maintains its own balance. This equilibrium is shed when moon suddenly disappears for a moment. The sea level suddenly will face the moon and will rise and face the sun. Therefore, if the waves rise too high, there will be the largest tsunami ever seen by man. As a result, the entire landmass adjacent to the sea will be submerged and destroyed. The dream mansions and cities all will crumble. The sudden changes of the moon will affect the tectonic movement of the earth. It may lead to earthquakes, volcanic eruption, etc. It affects 3/4 part of the earth, so the death toll will be over 100 crores. It is very difficult to escape from such an accident. Everything on the earth will be ruined by the time the huge waves calm the low seas. Due to the above disaster, many parts of the land will be unsuitable for cultivation. The only remaining few parts can be cultivated, so there will be severe shortage of food. The war for food will begin between the remaining people. All food shops like bakeries, supermarkets were robbed just like current bank jewelry robbery. If this situation persists, another major problem will arise. The slope of the earth is 23.5 degrees, so the hottest part is equator. Without moon's gravitational force, the slope would be about 45 degrees, so the hottest part will not be the equator. The poles will not be same as in the past. With a few years, polar ice caps will melt, sea level suddenly rise, and the climate change will be completely unpredictable. In most of the places, Earth will be like a desert. Moon's gravitational force reduces the rotational speed of the Earth. So, without the moon, the Earth rotates faster and the days would be shorter. After a few years, the average temperature of the Earth will gradually decrease and it starts to get cold. Because of the faster rotation of the Earth, it couldn't receive the sufficient amount of sunlight. Global warming, which today claims to be harmful for our environment. So, it will decrease and the cold will increase. Moreover, due to the speed of the Earth, strong hurricanes start hitting the coastal areas. Here, not only human but also all the other creatures on the earth had to face this misery. Mainly, marine life is endangered and various extinctions occur, especially algae. Algae play an important role in balancing oxygen and carbon dioxide on Earth and also the basis of the seafood chain. Small fishes can only feed the algae when they are at the sea level. These small fishes are eaten by large fish and this is how the whole organism on the sea will become the part of this food chain. Moon acts as a bodyguard of each. That is, moon prevents meteors falling to the earth. Having said all these, the question of whether the moon is likely to perish so quickly is also relevant here. Anyway, the moon will not disappear. Only possibility is an explosion. If that will happen, the man himself would be responsible. All the countries are conducting many experiments on the moon. The chances of lunar eruption is high during any experiment. If it explodes like this, there occur terrible problems on the earth. The foolish human was destroying his own life-sustaining land with bombs and virus outbreaks. What guarantee is there they will leave the moon alone? Don't you realize now how important the moon, which we see, truly is to the earth? Thank you.